Hey everybody, welcome back to Ron's Personal Fitness. Appreciate you stopping by the channel. Today we're going to talk about motivation. And motivation has two parts. One is external motivation and one is internal motivation. So let's start with external motivation because that's actually what we are most accustomed to. Let's say that you wake up every morning and you happen to hit the snooze alarm and you eventually get out of bed and you make your way to work. You clock in, you try not to get fired, you clock out, and every couple of weeks you get a paycheck. And that means to an end of money coming in so that you have a roof over your head and food in your belly is the reason that you get up every day and go to work. That external motivation of money coming in is your motivator. It may not be a great motivator because if another job comes or an opportunity for another job comes that pays more money, you'll leave that other one behind. So we can't really say that that's a great motivator, although money became a new motivator when it was a little bit more than the last one. When it comes to wellness and fitness, trying to improve yourself, well, that has to be an internal motivator. Now, some of us will say, I'm going to get into better shape for my kids. I want to be around for my kids. I don't want them to have a fat parent at parent night at school. I probably, my wife or husband would probably be happier if I was fitter. They'd probably be more apt to want to be seen with me if I look better. Those are terrible motivations. What if your kid came home one day and said, Mommy, you're getting too skinny? Well, you'd stop going to the gym. You're only doing it for your kids in the first place. No, we need the internal motivation of I want to improve my health, well-being. I want to be around for my kids because I want to have a long, productive, healthy life and be able to help them in the future. I want to lower my blood pressure. I want to have, better organ function, liver and kidneys. I want less chance of blood sugar control issues in the form of diabetes. I want less chance of metabolic disease that affects my thyroid, pituitary gland, and so on, that allows everything to just get out of whack and go crazy. Those are internal motivators that should keep you on the path that you're looking for. How do we stay on that path, though, is not as easy as it sounds. But one trick that we can do is to use timelines, if you will. If we use a daily goal, weekly goal, monthly goal, yearly goal, and we're constantly reminded as to what those goals are, we should stay on that path. If my goal is to lose a pound a week, well, that tells me I need to step on the scale every week. I could step on the scale more frequently to see if I'm heading in the right direction. I could use that tool to do so. But I'm also going to take my daily goal of making sure that I'm eating right, getting the exercise that I'm supposed to have for that day, and so on, because I know at the end of the week I don't want to be disappointed in having lost less than a pound. Okay? So I'm going to take those daily, weekly, monthly, yearly goals and apply them as my motivation. Now, one way to do that is to write down everything in a little fitness log. Show you the cover here. It's a Track Your Fitness book, available on Amazon or your local bookstore. Inside, you write down your exercises, your weights and stuff. Down at the bottom is a place for cardio or notes. Let me go to a page where I actually wrote something. And, like here we go. We had treadmill and bike, so many minutes and so on. You can also track your nutrition there as well. So again, something to keep me motivated on a daily basis, moving towards my goal. If I want to lower my blood pressure, well, then I need to take my blood pressure and see if it's working. It should be. And I'm going to keep up on the latest by coming back here, for example. We're going to have videos every week. I've got more than 10 videos lined up already. And we're going to talk about everything from nutrition and cardiovascular, how to set up your cardiovascular program, supplementation, you name it. We're going to do that. Plus all the previous videos that are here on our YouTube channel showing you the different exercises per body parts and so on. Okay? So there's enough right there to keep you motivated. Now, one thing for sure is we want to make most, if not all, of our motivation come from inside. The minute it becomes an external motivator, we're less likely to let that stay at my motivation. I'll hire a trainer, and the fact that I'm paying money and I have an appointment, those will keep me motivated. I don't want to lose any money, and if the person's waiting on me, I'll be sure to show up. Yeah, at first. Then you'll stop paying. Or you will simply say, I've got to take the cat to get her nails trimmed. Okay, well, really? Is that more important than your routine that day? Probably not. Probably not. So things become less and less of an obstacle for you to cancel your appointment, is what it boils down to. Because it's an external motivator. It is not an internal motivator. The cold hard facts are that if it is not an internal motivator, you are less likely to have it continue to be motivation. Okay? Some people will confuse motivation with willpower. Willpower is being able to say no to that piece of pie or no to those chips and dip. Motivation is saying, no, that type of food affects my blood sugar. That type of food affects my blood pressure. Okay? That's your motivation, is the health. All right? Now, there's always an exception to the rule. And external motivation in the form of a person who motivates you, that can be helpful. There are people, and we use the term influencers, right? That, in social media circles, we have social media influencers. And those people will influence you to think a certain way or to buy something or whatever. But here locally, we have a fitness influencer, whether she considers herself that or not. And she's all the time promoting aerobics classes, Zumba, dance, that type of thing, the wellness once a month in the park, all of those types of programs. She participates in them. She's a Zumba instructor. And that's Central Florida's very own Marie Wilmot. Marie gets on Facebook, and boy, she really motivates a lot of people. So if you know someone who's worthy of a shout out like Marie, let me know, and I'll be sure to let everybody know about them as well. But it's those type of people that will definitely help you stay on your track to your goals. All right, if you need someone to help you along, those are the type of people you want to have influence you, not the opposite. Not somebody who is making videos about eating how many hamburgers they can eat in one sitting or how fat can they get this month. Those are ridiculous. And unfortunately, they have millions and millions of viewers. I don't get it. But anyway, you want to keep yourself motivated. Make sure that you're being motivated by the right reasons and that you stay on your goals. Now, one thing I heard the other day is, you're pretty busy here the rest of the year, but man, come January 1st, I am absolutely going to start doing this. That's 10 weeks away. Okay? It is 10 weeks away till the end of the year. If your goal is to lose 10 pounds or 20 pounds even, you could reach that goal by the end of the year. You definitely could reach the 10-pound goal. Okay, so don't waste another minute. If your lunch consisted of a 6-pack of soda and a box of Twinkies, there needs to be a change. Go down to your local grocery store, pick up an apple and a banana. That's lunch. Get a salad. Just don't douse it in ranch dressing. Okay? Make a change today, right now. The next decision that you make should be one that'll put you towards your goal, whether that's staying out of the doctor's office for a period of 6 months or getting off of that blood pressure medicine, if possible. By the way, depending on what your doctor has said, okay? You don't just stop taking medicine. Or hoping that, you don't lose a limb next year because the diabetes was so bad that you had to have your, an amputation take place. Okay? So let those motivations sink in. Make your goal, track them, and get going towards them. All right? Now, one goal that I have is to build this channel where more and more people will find us. Knowledge not shared is lost. And over the last 41 years of my experience in doing this, that has been my goal, that any information that I've gleaned along the way that has been proven to be factual and helpful to you, that I pass that along. If I don't, it could get lost with me, and we don't want that. So we don't want it lost with you either. So share this video. There's got to be somebody that that would benefit from learning what we have to talk about. In the next, I've got a list of over 10 videos. So every week we're going to be posting a new video, and of course that list is just going to grow and grow. We want people to be able to find those. So if you'll please hit the like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll know when I post a new one. Let's get the word out to people. Let that algorithm that YouTube is so proud of, let it find us, because all of a sudden I want a bunch of people to like and subscribe to the channel. In doing so, it'll say, hey, there's some activity over here. And it'll start recommending that channel to people who are searching for the same types of information. Okay? And I can't do it without your help. And I really appreciate that. So if you're finding us on Facebook, which is where we do these live once a week, share it on Facebook and come over to the YouTube channel, Ron's Personal Fitness, and do the same thing if you would, please. Okay? And next week we're going to talk about a completely different topic, and I promise you'll learn something. Okay? So until next time, I hope you and your family are well. Take care. We'll see you. Bye-bye.